This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
6 o'clock, May 18th. It's also Gray Suit Thursday. John called me this morning. I said, John, what is it? Can't you sleep? Can you wear your gray suit today? Sure, what the heck?
You know, it's funny. I almost wore a gray dress today.
Is that right?
That would have been funny.
Yes. But, John, good idea. I like the idea of 2 gray suits in one show.
Should be a national holiday. I think.
Let's start a petition for it.
Yeah. Well, wait till we get to plaid pants Fridays. You're going to love that.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Nice hot day yesterday, boy. 97 degrees yesterday. That's only a few degrees away from an all-time record for any day of the year throughout the entire history of record keeping in the state of Florida, in Sarasota. So it's going to be another warm one again today. It looks like the big ridge of high pressure that brought us that high temperature yesterday is still in place today. And I think cloud cover will be at a minimum again this afternoon. And rain showers, which we had quite a few of yesterday actually along the coastline, will be at a minimum today. Lesser rain chances. Taking a look at the Titan radar, not a lot of action going on currently. Your morning commute will be rain-free. A lot of sunshine. UV index is high. Air quality is good, but the temperatures are really warm. We're looking again today at mid-90s to upper 90s, so be sure and stay hydrated and wear that sunscreen if you're going to be out of doors. I think we'll probably see pretty close to full sun today. Better rain chances, I hope, as we head into the weekend. We'll talk about that coming up in a few. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. The railroad track might have an issue there. Heading into downtown Bradenton, a little slowdown there on 301 around where Tropicana is, and the railroad track. That might be what's causing that little delay there on the south side of downtown Bradenton. Farther south on the map, we see a slowdown on Bee Ridge Road heading eastbound between Tuttle and Beneva. And then farther south, we'll see all clear at 6:02 on your Thursday morning.
Well, our top story this hour, a Tulsa police officer has been acquitted in the shooting death of an unarmed black man.
The officer didn't know if he was unarmed at the time. The story from Reed Binion.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Protesters demonstrating in downtown Tulsa Wednesday night after a white Tulsa police officer was found not guilty of manslaughter by a jury in the death of an unarmed black man last year.
Hands up, don't shoot! Hands up, don't shoot!
Betty Shelby was charged in September after the shooting death of Terrence Crutcher, which was caught on camera. It happened as Shelby was responding to a 911 call about an abandoned SUV. She testified that she saw Crutcher walking towards her and told him to show his hands. She says he failed to obey, that she thought he was reaching for something in the SUV and that she feared for her life. But prosecutors say Shelby, quote, reacted unreasonably by escalating the situation. The video shows Crutcher, who was later found to be unarmed, walking on the road with his hands in the air before being shot. The Tulsa Police Union expressing somber gratitude after the verdict.
This is not a positive thing, no matter how you cut it. I mean, we're glad that our member has been cleared, but this is not a time for celebration.
Crutcher's family outraged at the verdict.
Let it be known that I believe in my heart that Betty Shelby got away with murder.
His sister also criticizing the department.
I'm going to make sure that I don't rest until we get reform for this police department in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Oklahoma's governor said that while residents have a right to express their opinions, they should do so in a peaceful manner. And a follow-up now in Texas, where the student suspected of killing a classmate and also stabbing 3 others made his first appearance in court yesterday. There he is. Prosecutors want 21-year-old Kendricks White to undergo tests to see if he is mentally competent to stand trial. It's not yet clear how his condition will play a role in the murder case. Last week, White told a reporter he doesn't recall stabbing anybody, but his attorney said White lacks the mental capacity to have understood the interview. The incident happened last month on the campus of the University of Texas at Austin.
An update now on weather across the Midwest as deadly tornadoes rip through the heartland, killing 2 people and destroying at least 100 homes. Overnight, more than 25 reported tornadoes touched down from Texas all the way to Wisconsin. Emergency crews spent the day sifting through that wreckage, looking for survivors. Neighborhoods are littered with massive piles of debris as well. Over in Wisconsin, a tornado hit a mobile home park, but officials say the deadly storm system struck when many people were home.
I know there was walls on top of people is how it was described to me. I would describe it as total destruction.
There's no word yet on exactly how strong those tornadoes were, but officials say the number of injuries could go up as crews continue their search efforts this morning. And take a look at this. What a family thought was a tornado in Nebraska was actually a gust-nado. The frightening weather phenomenon was captured on camera spinning near a family home, and it's actually a real thing. Unlike tornadoes, gust-nados spin upward from the ground and are not connected to a cloud's base, but they can cause damage similar to an EF0 or an EF1 tornado. Thankfully, in this case, no one was hurt.
The latest now on that mid-air mystery where a small plane disappeared over the Bermuda Triangle. The Coast Guard is now searching for the pilot and mother and 2 small kids on board. They were flying from Puerto Rico to Titusville when the small plane disappeared from radar. The Coast Guard has found parts of the plane near the Bahamas yesterday.
This particular type of aircraft is quite an old aircraft, so investigators will go back and look at some of the previous mishaps with this kind of airplane to see if it can shed some light on what happened in this instance.
That woman on board is a prominent New York event planner and designer. The search will continue today. Also in Florida, a new report shows there's been 3 straight years of growth in the cargo and cruise industry at the 15 ports in Florida. The Sunshine State is home to some of the top cruise ports in the world, such as Miami, Port Canaveral, Port Everglades, Tampa. It's estimated that every dollar the state spends on port improvements has a $7 return in tax revenue. The state says the ports produce 900,000 jobs throughout the state.
A growing number of groups across Florida and right here on the Suncoast are calling on Governor Rick Scott to veto a sweeping education bill. The $419 million bill was passed in the final hours of this year's legislative session. It covers a wide array of issues, everything from increasing the amount of recess time to increasing the amount of funding going to private charter schools. The bill was a top priority for House Speaker Richard Corcoran, but the chair of the Sarasota County School Board says it undermines our public school system and removes local control, handing it back to the state.
They're not giving us enough money for us to be able to keep up with the rising costs. They're not, and they're just not thinking about it. And also, they're taking away local control. We know what's needed in this community better than Tallahassee does.
For now, it's all eyes on Governor Rick Scott, who may or may not veto this bill.
More help is on the way for military members and veterans. Attorney General Pam Bondi is launching a new consumer protection initiative designed for veterans. The Military and Veterans Assistance Program aims at stopping deceptive business practices. Those with the program will also partner with military and veteran leadership statewide to offer information on scams targeting veterans and how to report them. It'll provide assistance on issues related to consumer protection and connect vets with legal aid offices or other agencies if needed. It'll also allow for more communication between local, state, and federal agencies to address consumer complaints. Great idea.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Well, another warm afternoon in store for us with very little rain chance. Hopefully the rain chances will be going up, though. We'll talk about that in a sec.
All right, also still ahead, a dump truck full of rocks overturns on a car with 2 inside that car.
We'll have the dramatic rescue coming up after this.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALT named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Currently, we're looking at an air temperature already coming in warm at 74 degrees. We have a dew point hovering around the 70 mark. It feels very steamy and humid outside. And an east wind at about 7 will be breezy today, and it'll keep that sea breeze pinned close to the coast. So not many folks are going to benefit too much from that sea breeze, especially inland. So expect your temperatures to be warm once again today, well above average. 73 degrees, Wauchula, 74, Arcadia, Mayaca, Parrish, Bradenton, 75, Lakewood Ranch, 75 in Northport, Inglewood, Venice. Longboat Key comes in warmer at 76 and 74 degrees in Sarasota. So across the region, despite the fact that we've had a little bit of rainfall over the last several days, we're still seeing the fire danger indexes continue to rise. Remember, the fire danger index is an index that shows you what the likelihood is of a fire to start and get out of control during any given day. And today's forecast is showing things a little bit differently today. Today, inland, we're looking at an increase in our fire danger risk. We're now in very high category in many locations inland and also in Manatee County. But Sarasota, because of recent rains there, has come down just a little bit, gone from the very high category to the high category and now down to the moderate category. So we're glad to see that. Now, remember, this has no impact on the drought that is ongoing across the region. It is just an indication of how likely it is for a fire to start. And that is really tied to the soil moisture content. And in this particular case, Sarasota has had a little bit more rainfall, so its soil moisture content a little bit better, but there's still plenty of available fuel out there to start a fire. Low pressure area back to the west could produce some very heavy snowfall. It'd be kind of nice to see a little bit of that cooler air around here, right? But none of these fronts are going to get anywhere close to us. I'm talking heavy snowfall in the mountains around Denver and into Wyoming, maybe 3 feet in mountainous elevations and widespread 10-inch snowfalls late in the season for that. But that cold air clashing with the warm, moist air out in advance of it will produce a bullseye today of severe weather possible in Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma particularly. I think you'll see it on the news. That risk is very, very high today for tornadoes and hail. For us, lucky to see a shower around. High pressure stays the dominant weather feature for us, but the easterly wind flow may eventually, over the next several days, bring in a little bit more moisture and hopefully give us a little bit better chance of some rainfall as we head into tomorrow. Now, today, things are pretty quiet. This is the thunderstorm outlook, and across the state, don't even see much. But as I mentioned, back to the west, that is a very high category of potential severe weather. You don't see that very often. And so consequently, that area obviously on a high alert today for the potential of severe weather. A lot of sunshine around. UV index is high. The air quality index is good for today, despite the fact that the air is going to be kind of dry. It'll at least have some pretty decent thermals start to build, and we'll probably get a little bit of mixing going on. Titan radar yesterday showed those few showers, and Manatee County saw a few more heavier showers around. So that was nice for them because they have been kind of shortchanged on the rainfall bucket over the last several days. A little bit of rain today, better rain chances Friday. Saturday, good rain chances, kind of summertime-like rain chances. And then on Sunday, we'll trim it back down again just a little bit. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Sean. Let's take a look at the roadways on your Thursday morning. Not a whole lot going on in Manatee County. A little bit of congestion in its normal spots on State Road 70 and around 41. As we head into Sarasota County, the biggest congestion you're going to see is really on Clark Road and at 41 as you intersect with Bee Ridge Road. I-75 looking good as we head into South County. A little bit of congestion on Business 41 as you head throughout Osprey. But other than that, no accidents across the Suncoast this morning. New Jersey police are calling it a miracle.
A dump truck full of rocks overturned on an occupied car. What happened next? The story from Meg Baker.
A mess of gravel and cones marked the spot of a major accident in Manchester Township, New Jersey, just off exit 80 of the Parkway. This is dashcam video of the desperate rescue on Monday around 3:30 p.m. as Good Samaritans work to find a driver buried under rocks.
Man, can you still hear me? Okay, hang in there, all right? We're going to get you out.
Ed Otriba heard the crash from inside his home.
When we got there, I think there was a correction officer that was actually driving by at the time, and he was pulling the driver of the truck out. We had no idea that the car was actually underneath the truck.
Police say 24-year-old Andrea Penna was making a left off of Route 539 south onto Harry Wright Boulevard. A dump truck was driving northbound on 539 when they collided. The truck overturned, spilling its load. Penna's sedan was barely visible.
We ran back to our houses, grabbed a bunch of shovels and rakes.
Manchester Police Patrolman Ian Bull was next on the scene.
I can hear her voice inside. She was obviously very afraid, and we just reassured her that everything was going to be okay. We're going to get her out.
All right, try to stay calm, all right?
The men first saw 22-year-old Caitlin McCabe in the passenger seat.
She was terrified. She was screaming. The correction officer broke the window.
Time was ticking for Penna, the driver.
I kept shoveling until I was able to find her hair to her head, and at that point, I used my hands to be able to uncover the gravel to find her face, which was covered in blood.
Otreba could not believe someone could survive an accident like that.
We're thankful that everyone survived, especially Andrea, the position she was in. It took a while to get her out.
It was a miracle that she's okay.
Wow, the driver's mother says her daughter is still in shock and too upset to speak.
I don't blame them. Scary situation there.
Still ahead, a he said standoff in Washington.
We'll tell you how politicians are reacting as James Comey and the ongoing Russia probe continues to hang over the Trump administration.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. dietary guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Come on in, welcome to our pad. Trust me, folks, you're in for a ride. I'm driving, so relax. Unwind, leave your buckets all behind. Get ready to blow your mind. In Beatsville, don't be shy. Come and make the scene. Catch the crazy party inside. The hipsters here are gone and dig, man, they're on to something big. Yeah, they're gonna flip your wig in Beatsville. Catch the gig in Beatsville.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia. But the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Nice shot of the steeple above the First Baptist Church on Main Street, downtown Sarasota. I went to a nice holiday presentation there a few years ago, a Christmas presentation, and we are a far cry from Christmas-like weather right now.
Oh, yeah.
97 degrees, broke a record here yesterday.
I know, and come June is like halfway to Christmas, so we're already breaking records and we're not even there yet.
That's right.
Welcome back, 6:22 on this Thursday morning rather. It's a clash of Washington officials that no one has seen in quite some time.
And the stakes couldn't be any higher. Here's ABC's Tom Lamas.
In this morning's GMA First Look, President Trump still refusing to personally address that latest scandal that he allegedly asked FBI Director James Comey to back off the investigation into Trump's former national security advisor, Mike Flynn.
Did you tell the FBI Director to stand down on that investigation into Mike Flynn?
And now the stakes even higher.
The Department of Justice
has just named a special counsel in the Russia investigation.
Former FBI Director Robert Mueller.
This latest crisis setting up what could be a Washington showdown for the ages.
With the president, you have somebody who's impulsive, erratic, unpredictable. With Comey, you have somebody who's deliberate, careful.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have full coverage of every developing political twist and turn with your GMA First Look. I'm Tom Yamas, ABC News, New York.
At Panera, a salad is so much more than one thing. More than one flavor or texture or color. A good, clean salad is so much more than green. And with Panera Catering, more for your event. Panera, food as it should be.
Are allergies holding you back? Break through your allergies. Try new Flonase Sensimist allergy relief instead of allergy pills. It's more complete allergy relief and a gentle mist experience you'll barely feel. Using unique Mist Pro technology, new Flonase Sensimist delivers a gentle mist to help block 6 key inflammatory substances that cause your symptoms. Most allergy pills only block 1, and 6 is greater than 1. New Flonase Sensimist changes everything.
Don't miss Ashley Home Store's Great American Memorial Day event with red, white, and bold savings. Up to 25% or celebrate with 60 months no interest. Save on sectionals and find great deals on beds. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
one.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a warning about a critter that's crawling around right here in Florida. And it's more dangerous than you may think.
Plus, the widow of the pastor killed in Manatee County talks about watching her husband get shot and killed by a suspected triple murderer. And she tells about her private conversation with Andres Avalos minutes earlier.
And this weekend marks the end of an era for Ringling Brothers, and one enthusiast has a lifetime of memories to share. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Well, we hit 97 degrees yesterday, a nice day to get in the Sarasota Bay and cool off. There's a live shot of the 10th Street Boat Ramp, very popular place for boaters here in Sarasota.
I was going to say, sounds like a nice day to get out and get in some water because it is hot.
Yes, it is. 6:28. Welcome back. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi over in the Weather Center.
Hot with increasing humidity. I'm sure you felt that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Dew points hit 70 yesterday for a better part of the day, and today the dew points are hovering around the 70 this morning with temperatures running around 6 to 8 degrees above average. Right now, rainfall is at a minimum across the area, so don't expect to see much in the way of rainfall as you commute this morning. There are a few scattered showers over on the other coast thanks to an onshore wind, but that means nothing for us here locally. We're looking at sunny skies. UV index is high. Air quality is good. All in all, it is going to be a day when we'll see temperatures climb about 10 degrees to 12 degrees above average, probably getting pretty close to that 95 or better mark this afternoon. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Still a buildup there on 301, just on the brink of downtown Bradenton. My theory about the railroad causing an issue there is no longer possible. It's in half an hour now and still a slowdown there. Also in Sarasota County, our biggest slowdown is at Bee Ridge, heading away from the interstate around Cattleman and Honore. South County maps show us a little slowdown on 41 southbound around South Venice. 6:30 right now.
Topping our news this half hour, we're waking up to a new warning about, get it, poisonous caterpillars.
Wow, as our Rick Adams tells us, these caterpillars can sting worse than a jellyfish.
I have not seen any of these.
Like many folks, longtime Sarasota resident Brigham Clegg didn't even realize these caterpillars existed. Experts say there are at least 7 kinds of poisonous caterpillars. Clegg tells us he would be especially concerned for his grandchildren just because of the colorful nature of these caterpillars.
I would imagine if you're under the age of 8, you probably would want to touch it, or at least examine it.
The most common poisonous caterpillars that have been spotted in Florida are the puss caterpillar, the saddleback caterpillar, the low moth caterpillar, and the hag caterpillar. The staff at the University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences Extension in Sarasota County says the sting from one of these caterpillars packs a pretty powerful punch.
It can be pretty painful. Some people are probably more susceptible than others to the pain, but people have had to go to the hospital with it before.
We're being told a puss caterpillar has a more powerful sting than a bee or a jellyfish. What happens when someone is in contact with a puss caterpillar is the fur breaks off the caterpillar and pierces the skin, causing a fire-like pain.
If you immediately put some clear tape on it and pull that'll help pull some of the spines out of your skin, and then apply baking soda and with a paste made out of water, and then put a nice pack over it, that would help.
Experts tell us these poisonous caterpillars can really show up anywhere, especially at places like here, where there are a lot of trees and bushes. Holly has this bit of advice for folks enjoying the great outdoors.
Be careful what you're doing and not rubbing against plants with, check and see if there's something on them first, if you're going to be holding plants to move them or anything like that.
As for Clegg, he says he's happy that he now knows about these potentially dangerous caterpillars.
I'm going to be a lot more aware now when I go out and do yard work because I live in a wooded neighborhood.
We'll have more information on those caterpillars on our website at mysuncoast.com.
An update this morning out of Manatee County, where the only eyewitness in a triple murder trial took to the stand to speak about that horrible day. The widow of Reverend James Trent Battle says she watched Andres Avalos shoot and kill her husband. Joy Battle says Avalos told her about his suspicions that his wife Amber was having an affair with the Reverend.
I assured him that I had been around Tripp and Amber quite a bit, working with them at the church. I was there more than either one of them. And so anytime they were there, I was also there. And, living with Tripp and being his wife, I was not picking up on the same, I didn't have that same feeling.
Joy was also at the church the day Battle was killed and says she was alone when Avalos showed up. When Pastor Battle arrived, Joy says Avalos met him on the sidewalk and shot him 4 times. Closing arguments are expected today in that case, and we'll have the latest on that case as it unfolds throughout the day, starting at noon, right here on ABC.
Developing overnight, a 3-car crash in Port Charlotte is under investigation. A pickup truck rolled over on its side. The driver was flown to Fort Myers for treatment. 2 lanes of State Road 776 were blocked, causing delays eastbound from Englewood to Port Charlotte. Lanes are back open this morning, but the investigation is ongoing. Happening today with hurricane season now 2 weeks away, Florida Power and Light is installing new, stronger concrete power poles in Bradenton. FP&L is looking to make upgrades on power lines throughout the Suncoast. This to make energy grids more storm resilient and improve reliability year-round. So field crews will install concrete power poles today up to 130 miles per hour off winds, 10 a.m. on Independence Drive just south of Cortez Road in Bradenton.
Also happening today, opponents of the federal health care reform plan are holding another die-in protest at a Suncoast congressman's district office. The die-in is a protest of Congressman Tom Rooney's recent support of repealing and replacing Obamacare. Members want to express the severe consequences that tens of thousands of his constituents could suffer if the Trump care bill he voted for becomes law. The Senate will be voting on that plan in the coming weeks. The die-in is scheduled for today at 11:30 a.m. in Punta Gorda. The Florida Department of Corrections honored 2 fallen officers killed in the line of duty last year. The department held its annual wreath-laying ceremony yesterday at a correctional institute just north of Tallahassee. They paid tribute to Sergeant Jorge Ramos, who died during a department training event in Miami-Dade County, and Karan Smith, who died of a heart attack while on duty in Union County. Department Secretary Julie Jones says it's necessary to remember the work done by those who keep the public safe.
Each name represents a hero, a member who took an oath to bravely serve the people of the state of Florida, and they died in the line of duty. Today, we proudly honor them, and also we never forget them.
Ramos and Smith are among 47 other officers from Florida who have died in the line of duty. Also today in Bradenton, the Bradenton Police Department is honoring the only 2 officers from the department who have been killed in the line of duty. As part of National Police Week, officers Steve Bennett and Carl Cox will be honored during the Manatee County Law Enforcement Memorial Service. They'll be unveiling a memorial that will be on display in the main lobby of the department. That ceremony is open to the public and set to start at 10:30 this morning at the main courthouse in Bradenton.
A follow-up now on a plan to add more workforce housing in the city of Venice. City planners are approving a developer's concept to build 500 affordable units in North Venice. It would be built on Knights Trail Road near Laurel Road and close to big employers like PGT and Tervis Tumbler as well.
Affordable housing has been a topic that City Council has been exploring for a long time. This is the closest we've come to having a new development that could be affordable workforce housing.
City Council will hold a public hearing in the coming weeks.
A small inconvenience is on the way for some Sarasota boaters. The 10th Street boat ramp in Sarasota will be temporarily closed next week, starting around midnight on Tuesday, May 23rd, going through noon on Thursday, May 25th. City officials say the closure is necessary so crews can resurface the Centennial Park parking lot. It's just one of many improvements being made to this area. Over the past 3 months, all 4 boat docks have also been replaced. Crews are also planning to dredge the nearby boat basin, removing built-up silt to improve the health of Sarasota Bay.
So this Sunday marks the end of the Ringling Brothers Circus, and we met one Suncoast man who may have one of the largest local collections of circus memorabilia. This is Pete Adams. He and his wife moved here 15 years ago to be closer to the circus community. He says in that time his collection in the garage has grown to nearly 20,000 items. His obsession with the circus began when his parents took him to the circus when he was a boy. Adams had strong words for Feld Entertainment for getting rich off the Ringling Circus and then dropping it. Listen to what he says about the CEO, Kenneth Feld Jr.
I personally was disappointed. I think it was something that if his dad was still alive, he'd be very disappointed in his family. I truly believe that they made their money to buy the operations that they have today based upon what they made originally from the circus sales.
So we will show you more of Pete's collection in a special report this afternoon at 5 on ABC 7. Well, first Nick Wallenda walked across Niagara Falls, and now his wife will hang above it in a few weeks. Arundira Wallenda will dangle by her teeth from a helicopter as it flies over Niagara Falls. It's planned for June 15th, which is also the 5th anniversary of Nick Wallenda's televised tightrope walk from the New York side to the Ontario side. I am from that region, and there's plenty of excitement to have a Wallenda back at the falls. What a crazy stuff. Now, I've met her, Arundira. She is so sweet and so mild. She's the same one who's going to hang by her teeth above Niagara Falls.
I think she did a similar stunt at Circus Sarasota this year, but could you imagine? I almost feel like that's more dangerous than walking across the tightrope. I mean, both are. No, thank you. More power to them.
You won't do it?
No.
I mentioned to Scott, I want to know this gal's dentist. That's what I want.
Wherever you are. Exactly.
Hot weather again today. Hot, dry weather. Maybe some better rain chances over the weekend. We'll talk about it.
All right, still ahead, The Bachelor pleads not guilty in a fatal accident.
We'll tell you what's next for Chris Soules as he heads to trial coming up.
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in.
Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC 7.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer.
G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Another hot day here on the Suncoast. Current air temperature 74. We're going to have a lot of sunshine out there as dawn breaks, and the dew point value is still warm, coming in at about the 70-degree mark. East wind will be breezy today, keeping that sea breeze just pinned right along the coastline. So inland residents don't get much benefit from that onshore wind flow. And the amount of moisture available to produce those beautiful cooling showers is going to be limited today because of the drier air that's in place. So consequently, there's not going to be as many rain showers around. 72 degrees, Wauchula, 74, Arcadia, Mayaca, Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood, Ranch. 74 degrees in Sarasota, 75 in Venice and in Inglewood, 74 degrees in Northport, 76 Longboat Key. Across the nation today, we have a kind of serious situation developing back to the west. Parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska even have the potential of seeing some very severe weather later on this afternoon. And by that, I mean long track tornadoes, big hail, gusty winds. They are definitely under the gun with one of the highest levels of probability that the Severe Storm Prediction Center puts out. So be watching that area for developing weather there. Want some cooler air? Go back to Denver, go back to Wyoming. They could get in the mountains 3 feet of snow there. Can you believe it? This late in the season? It's a very late season storm. But it's that cold air kind of clashing with this warm, moist air that's producing the potential for severe weather. For us, well, the weather's kind of benign. There's not a whole lot going on. High pressure, the dominant weather feature. Our biggest weather features today are, again, going to be the very warm temperatures across the region, running anywhere from 10 to 12 degrees above average. Yesterday hit 97 degrees, 3 away from the all-time record for any day of the year in any year in recorded history of high temperatures in Florida, which is 100 degrees, at least in Sarasota, Florida. So, again, today, while temperatures may not reach 97, they'll probably reach 95. And we'll have this easterly wind flow, which hopefully, with time, will bring a little bit of moisture just sitting off the Atlantic coast and kind of sling it back in this direction. Hot weather continues, only a few clouds around. maybe some better rain chances tomorrow. The storm outlook for the peninsula is meager in terms of any kind of thunderstorm activity today. But back to the west, as I mentioned, the highest level of probability of severe weather, and I mean some big storms, exists out there in the plains. So for us, we look for a lot of clear sky, blue sky, warm temperatures, higher humidities, easterly wind clashing with our sea breeze will produce 1 or 2 showers, but moisture is lacking, so we won't see a whole lot. Now back to the west. You see this little bit of cloud cover kind of trying to work its way back west? Well, that's our hope for better rain chances tomorrow. That little bit of moisture kind of injected across the Florida peninsula may aid in producing a little bit better rain coverage. Yesterday, we saw some nice rain showers building to the north into Manatee County. So that was kind of nice to see. They got some rainfall. Now every county along the coast has seen a little bit of rain over the last 3 days. Along the coast, I stress that. Today's futurecast shows pretty scant rainfall coverage across the region. I think the rainfall will probably be measured in the tenths of inches. But tomorrow, much better rain chances come our way. Some of the storms could be kind of strong, gusty winds, and some heavy downpours of rain possible tomorrow night with some of these storms that move through with that little injection of moisture. That'll hold true again on Saturday as well. That's the hope. We'll be tracking that moisture plume and make sure it hopefully makes it right into our neck of the woods. So we'll put the rain chance at about 40% tomorrow. Saturday at about 50%. Daytime high temperatures will be a little bit cooler over the weekend because of the additional cloud cover and rain showers. That's the way it's shaping up for you guys.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look at traffic this morning. 301 in both the north and southbound lanes, really seeing some congestion if you're heading throughout that area this morning. Other than that, Manatee County looking pretty clear for the most part as we head into Sarasota County. Bee Ridge Road in both directions seeing some congestion, mostly due to that ongoing construction project in the area. Also Clark Road as you head towards I-75, seeing a little bit of a slowdown. And in South County, pretty quiet throughout that area. No accidents to report on the Suncoast this morning. And this hour's Health Smart, the more exercise people get, the less their skin cells appear to age.
And in studies, people who exercise appear 9 years younger than those who spent more time on the couch. There's an incentive for you. Now, this gets kind of scientific, but experts say those who exercise the most had longer chromosome ends than those who didn't. And who doesn't want those?
Right. Apparently, I don't know. Yeah.
Awful story here now. No winners in this one. Former bachelor Chris Soules is prepared to head to trial for an accident that killed a farmer on his tractor.
Soules is pleading not guilty on charges of leaving the scene of an accident. He's also asking for a speedy trial and for a trial date to be set. He was charged in connection to an April 24th accident in Iowa that left a tractor driver, 66-year-old Kenneth Mosher, dead. His lawyers contend that Soules did do what he could to help Mosher before he died. Soules starred in the 19th season of the popular reality show The Bachelor.
Actress and comedian Amy Schumer calling it quits with her boyfriend of more than a year. She met a furniture designer named Ben Hanisch on a dating app. Didn't work out, though. He was not in attendance for the premiere of her latest film called Snatched earlier this month.
And petitions are circulating to bring back Tim Allen's Last Man Standing. After ABC canceled the show last week, there were calls for a boycott. Some see the cancellation as punishment for Allen's conservative political views and his support for President Trump. But the president of ABC Entertainment says it was just business, the result of a decision to no longer air comedies on Friday nights. Allen tweeted yesterday that he was, quote, stunned and blindsided by that decision.
Sometimes these actors and actresses have great shows, and years later it doesn't work out quite the same.
Yeah.
Same person.
Right. Well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, a horse trapped in the mud as officers tried pulling her out.
We'll tell you what great lengths police went to help next.
When caring for my wife alone became too much for me, I called my long-term care insurance company to get help from granny nannies. Now the most wonderful nurses help me with her care.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds.
Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Manasota Flooring.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Mom needed more care than we could provide, so we called Granny Nannies. She now has around-the-clock caregivers, and we have peace of mind. Thanks to them, she's where she belongs, at home.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
And a shot there from downtown Bradenton, a busy spot today. That is where a triple murder trial will resume this morning. In fact, I'd covered the first day of this, and they thought it was going to take 3 weeks for the trial. But now we're hearing it could wrap up as soon as this week, so a big change there. And then, not sure if Russ can pan across to the right, and that's where we'll see the historic courthouse. And later on this morning, just 50 feet over, is where the Bradenton police will have a ceremony this morning honoring two of their own who died in the line of duty back in the 1930s and the 1970s. And they'll have a memorial plaque unveiled that'll be in the lobby after this morning. That ceremony is at 10:30 a.m. and is open to the public.
Busy place, busy spot to be this morning.
Yes,
it's
it
over
is.
by the courthouses in Manatee County.
Right.
Well, here are some top local stories we're following for you here on the Suncoast this morning.
Yeah, that triple murder trial was expected to last 3 weeks. It might wrap up today. Yesterday, the widow of a pastor killed nearly 3 years ago told how the defendant, Andres Avalos, came to their church suspecting his wife of having an affair with her husband, the pastor.
And the community is having a second die-in protest today. Community members are protesting Congressman Tom Rooney's recent vote in support of repealing and replacing Obamacare. That protest will be today at 11:30 a.m. in Punta Gorda.
And as part of National Police Week, as we just mentioned, Bradenton Police will honor their only two officers ever killed in the line of duty. One officer was killed in 1934. The other in 1970. A ceremony is set for this morning at 10:30 at the historic courthouse on Manatee Avenue.
All right, taking a look at Suncoast traffic this morning. 301 seeing an increase in traffic, as well as Cortez and 41 towards South Bradenton and the Green Bridge as you head into downtown Bradenton. Bee Ridge Road really seeing the biggest congestion in Manatee County and Clark Road as you head towards I-75. South County as we head throughout that direction. Not a whole lot going on. John?
Hot. I'm done.
Keep going.
That's it. Hot weather for us today. Rain chances are probably a little bit less than they were 24 hours ago, so don't expect a whole lot of rain. If we see any, it'll be right along the immediate coastline where the sea breeze front will be kept. As far as Friday goes, there's our big chance for rain, or at least the start of a couple of days of better rain chances. Hopefully a little moisture injecting across the state will bring us a 40 to 50% rain chance for everyone.
All right, our final story comes from Plant City in Hillsborough County. It's the story of a 25-year-old horse that got stuck in a mud pit. So heavy equipment was brought in to remove her. They used paddle straps and backed in the heavy equipment. The horse had to be sedated during the rescue. Vets administered IV fluids and revived her about half an hour later. Thankfully, she has no broken bones and was able to walk under her own power. So a nice ending there.
I have to say, I don't know how old horses live. I don't know that.
They get to be pretty old. I'm not sure off the top of my
25
head.
sounds pretty old, though. That sounds like a senior horse, doesn't it?
So a horse walks into a bar and, the bartender says, "Why the long face?"
Oh, bada boom, bada bing.
That's all I got for you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Enjoy your Thursday, folks.
Send emails to our colleagues.
Have a great Thursday, y'all. Stick around. Good Morning America's coming up.